Hey guys, it's me Brian from Echo1 MTC, and this is the MTC number 3, the Master Blaster. MTC stands for Modular Tactical Carbine. Basically with this you can build whatever you want. This model in particular you can go for the CQB Sniper-esque for close quarters, or you can go DMR, just add barrel extensions, do whatever. Enough of the box and the name, let's look at the inside. Okay, you have the lid, cardboard, and some foam. Put that aside, you don't need that. Don't shoot your boxes, okay? Get a target, something other than the box the gun comes in. Okay, on the inside, you have the nice foam that holds it in place so you can shake it and everything. You have, first off this little part, jumping around, you have the tool, a little Allen key that's used for the little Sling Loop and the stock. Don't lose that. You can find it at a hardware store. It's a 4mm Allen key. Okay. Warranty card, Echo1 30-day warranty card. You have a 190 round VN style high cap, wheel on the bottom, high cap, so it goes in there. And then you also have a 300 round M4 high cap. When I say M4, M16, that's just the style, the name. But yes, this gun does use M4 mags, and you can change it to use other mags as well. You can change the mag while making it modular, so if you want to share with your friends, you can. Moving on, there's a small bag of parts. You have little winding keys for the high caps. You have a spare mag release for the other mags set if you want, and the 2 screws for the cheek rest. The cheek rest is not attached right now, just because you don't have an optic on it. Otherwise this would get in the way and you can't use the built-in iron sights. So it's just sitting there. You have the 2 screws in the little bag so you can bolt this on if you want. Okay, you have a 2-piece tack handle. There's no weak points about this. It's very sturdy, and it's kind of smaller than the other ones, so it's not going to get in the way of your gear and everything, and you can do the whole Magpul-esque grip. Then you have a 8.4 mini wall charger. Nothing too crazy, just a wall charger. And also the 8.4 mini battery. It's an 8.4 1100 milliamp, and it's a metal hydrate, so it's better. And if you're saying, hey, I want to use something better, you can use a 9.6 battery. You can use Echo1 LiPo number 1 or 2. It'll fit and work a-okay in this gun. Also a cleaning and jamming rod. It's cool, don't lose those. And the gun itself, let's take a look at it. And put the box over there. Okay. This is the MTC number 3. Oh, and a safety cap. Basically, the cool feature about this gun, it's different. If you like different guns, this is what you want. It's really cool because you have a nice comfy grip. You can shoot in one hand like this, like say if you're playing a hostage game, you can hold someone like that. But it's compact, and it's basically going to pack a punch if you upgrade it. You can keep it short, you can make it long, you can do whatever you want with it. The sky is the limit. And the reason why you have top row, you can put whatever optics on. You can put an aim point, you can put a magnifier, you can do whatever. And you have built-in iron sights, that's cool. You can take the top row off, 2 little pins, slide it off, done. If you want to put a pec box here, you can. If you want to put flashlight lasers, you can on the sides. If you want to put a Magpul grip on here, you can. Cool feature about this is we have it cut on the sides. So like a lot of people, you guys don't put anything here. You put your hands here and rail covers. Why have a big bulky thing when you want to streamline? And if you want to do the whole thumb forward thing, I know you guys know what that means. You know, you can do that, and it's nice and comfy, and it feels good. If you want to change the M4 mag well out, just pop out this pin, good to go. I'll put a video for that and how to install the other versions with the parts in the part shop in the description below. Please check that out if you're curious. You have ambidextrous fire selector, so for your lefties, righties, you're good. The Sling Loop, it's a 1-point Sling Loop. You can use the included Allen key and take out the screw and flip it if you want, so you can have it left or right, depending on what you want to do. And also for the stock pad, you can take out the screw as well to use the 3 variations of all the way in, medium, or out, like out to here. And also this is where the battery is stored. So with this gun, oh, don't forget the pop-up. You can check it here, or you can push it back, lock it, make your adjustments, and good to go. So with this gun, you're set. And also the FPS is about 380 or so it's just right for field or CQB, like say if you're playing at SS Airsoft. the limit's 400, so this gun you can buy it, you're good to go. And a lot of fields varying on the FPS, so you're good no matter what. And if you want to buy this and use it for your indoor or outdoor setup, well, let me go ahead and show you how to take this apart real quick, so you can do that in a matter of minutes, or know what's inside and be comfortable of upgrading or having your local store upgrade it for you. So okay, let's go ahead and get started. For the basic takedown, let's get started. The easy parts: the push pin. Press this little pin and bam. This is for front handguard. And you can even use the same pin, say for the mag well. Press it, and it comes out. And go ahead and check out right here for the link to see the video how you can change this out to the other versions. Okay, now for the battery. Just it already comes with an Allen key that looks like that, but this is a handle and it's just a little easier to work with. So let me go ahead and open this up. And also on the Echo1 website, we're going to have the manual with like the pictures and everything, but a video makes it easier to work with. And slide it out like this. Bam. So with this you have one setting, a little more, and then all the way in. So yeah, and say if you wanted to have it out all the way with the cheek rest, you can. So then make sure you have an optic, otherwise this will get in the way of your line of sight and you'll be fine. So say if you want to install the battery, just grab the wire like so. There is no fuse, so it's easy to take apart. You don't have to worry about stuff. So just pull that out just a little, plug in the battery like so, and go in there. You have plenty of room, so don't worry. And say if you want to use like the Echo1 LiPo, have plenty of room to fit as well, or like even like a smaller stick LiPo, like for a buffer tube. So basically go like that, bam. So now you have your battery and the BB's in the chamber. The rate of fire with the 8.4 stick or stock battery is about 12 or so. It's good. But say if you want to bump it up to like 16, you can use the Echo1 LiPo and you're good to go. Okay, let me continue to take it apart and show you guys internals. Okay, say you want to install a new inner barrel, like a Mad Bull barrel. All you have to do is take off 1, 2, 3 screws. All you have to do is take off 1, 2, 3 screws. Here we go. And I'm just pressing the screws out because the little nuts came off, and able to press them up. Okay, don't lose the two long screws and a short one, and now you can just basically kind of gently wiggle up and out. Okay, cool. The inner barrel is a 247mm inner barrel. You press in, let me go slowly. Basically it sits like this. Press in, like so, it's spring loaded. So you press in and twist. And out. Okay, cool. And if you want to change the hop-up bucking, I don't know why you would, because it already has a Mad Bull blue bucking installed. Say if you want to change it to whatever, or inner barrel, you can. Make sure you use some silicone oil and you're good. Reinstall this, and probably didn't notice this little part pop out, but this is a little part that adjusts by with this turning. Go ahead and pop that back in place. Slide this back on like so. Double check, make sure it's in there. Just turn this by hand, not by foot, just checking. And okay, hop-up's on, off, good to go. And bam. So I could have changed, put in a Mad Bull, whatever inner barrel. I'd say Mad Bull because they're cool. And other than that, good. So now bam. Say if I wanted to put a longer inner barrel and change like to some other fake suppressor, bam, I can have a field setup like that. Put it back together, 3 screws, done. But say if I want to install some other parts like on a gearbox, this is how we do it. Phillips screw, and you're gonna go like this, and like, wait a minute, it's caught on something. Just take this off. And say if you wanted to change the sling loop to the right side or the left side, simple, done. And pivot like this, bam. Here's the upper, nothing special about it, you just have the little MTC traits here, kind of subdued. You can have your little hop-up adjustment. Some people have said, like for the MTC number 1 or 2, that it doesn't go back all the way and lock like this. Sometimes if the screw gets loose, it will bump the top of the gearbox. All you have to do is just tighten that screw, and you're good. Okay, almost got it out. So I took off the body screw here, took off the mag well, of course, screw here, you have the mag, or the motor height adjustment here, and you have the one little pin here, pop that out, switch to semi mode, wiggle up, gently pry the wires past this little selector arm, and bam. What's cool is since there's no fuse, it can easily slide through the stock. A little hole here, you can open that up if you want to use larger gauge wires, and bam. Whoa. Okay. Here's the gearbox. You have 8mm steel bearings, a standard motor. It has a smidge of torque, but it's not a torque motor. M4 cylinder. You have the orange piston, polycarb piston. Well, let me just show you. So, bump off that's a little wire clip. Pry this one off just a little, and the motor's a short motor, so you can use any aftermarket motor you wanted, and good to go. So pull the reversal latch, make sure the piston's all the way forward so it doesn't like explode and shoot out. That's fine. Here's a little gear protector. And for the top plate, be careful, I already scratched the paint before, but just find a little notch. You'll see what I mean. It's kind of hard to show in the video, but once you tap it forward, it gets off that notch, and then you can use a small plier and bam, slide this off. Basically, version 2 has like the screws on top. This one doesn't have that room for that, so they have this plate that holds it together. Same thing as screws, so not making one better than the other, it's just slightly different. Oh, and a lot of you guys are saying, what kind of crazy tools do you use? $10 Husky Torx wrench. Comes with a pack, or like a total of 4 little bits, and each one has a different end. So, yeah. I use these for the Torx. I use the Echo, Allen's, and the Phillips for other stuff as well. I actually changed these out. It's the Echo tools. I just changed the handles so I know which ones are which. Just be a little more style and pizzazz. But other than that, you know, you don't need to spend a fortune on your tools. A lot of you guys are asking me about that, and it's, you know, just go to a hobby store, yeah, and go from there. Open it up a little, and shabam. Okay, let's look at the inside. Okay, you have a metal version 3 spring guide, non-bearing, just a little spacer so it acts like the bearings, but it's reinforced so it's not going to break. Bearings can break after a lot of use. In case you want to upgrade this a lot, it's already done for you. You have like an M110 spring, so you get about 380 FPS. It's a little shorter than like a regular spring, but it's a little stiffer, so it kind of makes up. And then you have a polycarb tap plate. This is version 3 gearbox, so version 3 parts are what you're going to need. You have the air seal nozzle. There's no O-ring inside, but it's plenty good seal. It's good. And then a polycarb piston head, flat face, single O-ring. You're good. The piston head is polycarb. It's ported, and on the inside you have the bearing plate, the bearing itself, and the other plate. So it's good. So you have that whole bearing twist action. Super cool stock cap plate spring, in case you're curious. You have a standard ratio. It's like 18 or so gear set. It's in the middle between torque and speed. You're good. And it's made out of steel. You have the 8mm steel bearings as well. You can change it out if you wanted to, like a modify. The gearbox is a version 3. So say if you wanted to run like a smooth gear set like this, you don't have to worry about the reinforcement, like the extra metal back here, which doesn't really need it for version 3 because it's a little, just how it's designed a little. And you're good. And so that's basically the internals. Let me go ahead and put it back together real quick because you guys like that. And here is your nemesis, the reversal latch. Ugh. Okay, let me put this back together. So you guys will follow along. And also, if you guys have questions about like video topics, please hit me up on my fan page and say, hey, do you have a video for this? Please look on my channel at first, because I do have like a lot of videos. Like I have 100+ videos, even the 99 video. But I'm just saying, I have a lot of videos, so kind of look before you ask. I can help you, and I can find the video or suggest which ones to look. You might need like 2 videos to follow and do something, but other than that, you'll be good. I don't know why I keep on grabbing that spring, but okay. Now when you change or take off the cylinder head from the cylinder, you have to make sure that it's flush and it sits here. Like notice how before it was off a little and I press it forward. If you have it off just a little, you won't notice until you're putting the shell on and you're like, hey, why is it not working? You can get frustrated and the parts might jump out. So always make sure you have in the corner here and here, and then also the type of plate is able to move freely, you know. So if it's not on correct, it's going to be off a little and it's not going to go back together correctly. And if you force it, you will break stuff. Okay, check. You have spring, little spring, trigger, just it'll be troublesome, but don't worry. Reversal latch, it's there, good. And mainspring. This little part, you can put it back on when it's gearbox is somewhat together, but I just try to have it like that. And close it. Okay, now for the trigger. Wiggle, wiggle. Cool, cool. Okay, sweet. Just press on the piston. Okay, it's nice and smooth and good. Let me just go ahead and close it back up. And put it just in the lower, and then you guys can figure out the lower process to the rest of the gun completed. But yeah, where's that hammer? Oh, okay, got it. Never mind. Put the screws back in. This little part just is a little spacer between the lower and the body and the gearbox shell. And this little part just holds little wires in place, like so. You want to make sure, I find it easier if I have the little red wire between here so it doesn't rub. So I have it here like so, and the black wire kind of press in right here, and just kind of along the motor area. Oh, and also here's the motor set screw. It is a 1.5 Allen, which you can go through the smaller hole here to adjust. But it's easier when you see like this, because then you can actually see it move up and down. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and put it back in the lower. Oh, the selector plate does have the electrical contact right here. Say if you're shooting your gun and it stops, you can always pry this up just a smidge, because heat does bend plastic and melt it and modify it. So now it's a little more snug, and you're good. So keep it like on semi mode, like so, and you're good. Okay, here we go. So you can see that. Stick the wire in there. Cool. Gently just like this, wiggle wiggle. And one trick is have it on semi, and this little fake bolt thing, it's there just because it looks cool. You can take it out if you want and kind of pull the trigger so it makes clearance for the trigger hole, like so. Good. Check right here for the little wire. Pry it back just a little so it has room to get past, and wiggle. Good. Now notice this hole, clean through. Good. Also, before you put the pin in and the screw, make sure, press and make sure you can move freely. If you can't, like if it stops, like it's not going to work, that means the wires that are going to the back are hitting on the selector plate. So if it can move freely, you're good. So, good. Now I can go ahead, pop this little pin. If you can also press it in by hand like that, that's good. Don't worry about this because the body will secure it. The pin is going to fall out. It just holds it in place. Now it's more secure. And then add the last little Phillips right here. Shabam! And that is how you take apart the Echo1 MTC number 3, and you can install a new barrel if you wanted to. You can take apart the gearbox. You can modify the stock for the adjustment back and forth for your shoulder and cheek rest, and basically field strip the entire gun if you wanted to do whatever you want. So if you want to make a sniper or CQB or whatever you want. This has been Brian from Echo1 USA. Thanks for watching.